Fine, all right. You know what I mean? I ain't got to do it every episode. Y'all know what's good. So let's get into it, man. Let's get into it. My boy
Right?
JJ, Joe Jordan. The fight that everyone was looking forward to.
Mm.
Terence Bud Crawford versus Canelo. It was a great fight. It was a great fight, but Terence Crawford came out and he outboxed that man Canelo. Got the W. Took his belts, then gave them back. I don't know if you saw that. He took his belts, then he gave them back. He said, "I'm gonna get my own, so I'm gonna give you yours back." It's nothing but respect, but I gotta beat you up in this fight real quick and get my respect. So I gotta ask you because a lot of people are talking. I'm hearing a lot of things about, is Crawford the greatest fighter of our generation? Is Crawford now better than Floyd Mayweather? Is Crawford now the GOAT? There's a lot of things being said. I gotta ask you, JJ, Joe Jordan, after what you just seen, after what Crawford has accomplished in his career, is Terence Bud Crawford now on your Mount Rushmore of boxers? I want to say on your personal Mount Rushmore of boxers.
It was tough, but
Mm.
I'm going to give him the nod and say yes. I'm going to
Ooh.
say yes, and I try not to be personal of the moment. But what he did was it was incredible. What he did was incredible. So
Mm-hmm.
this is let everybody know exactly what happened. So Canelo Alvarez is right now the face of boxing. He's the face of boxing. He was the undisputed champion at super middleweight. Undisputed. He has all the titles up there.
Mm-hmm.
And and Canelo is 35 years old. Bud Crawford is 37. So Canelo is younger. Canelo had over 70 fights while Bud only had 42. So not only Canelo is younger, Canelo is more experienced. Been in a lot more fights than Canelo. Almost double the fights. Right?
Mm-hmm.
And like I say, he's the face of boxing. And what Crawford did at this stage of his career, Max Kellerman kind of mentioned it. Crawford is 37 years old, and he was willing to risk it all. Basically, he has
Yep.
an undefeated record. He doesn't really have a big fight under his belt, which is I know Errol Spence is a big fight, right? He had Errol Spence, and he tore that man up. But a lot of people that lost to Canelo would have said, "You finally really fought a legend, and you lost."
Mm-hmm.
So what he did, not only he beat Canelo, I only had Canelo winning 2 rounds. That's it. I had
Mm-hmm.
Canelo winning the round one and the fifth round. That's it. So I feel like Crawford won that fight 118 and 110. Now the judges had a 116, 112, 115, 113, 115, 113 unanimous decision, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I had it a wider spread. So that's that. My Mount Rushmore is this: Muhammad Ali,
Mm-hmm.
Sugar Ray Robinson,
Okay.
Floyd Mayweather,
Okay.
and Terence Crawford.
Interesting.
Because Terence Crawford, he beat everybody in his like he's the best of his era. You
Mm-hmm.
know, you have to be the best in your era to be on the Mount Rushmore. So he was the best in his era, and he's unbeaten. And it's not like he was skating away from people. He was searching. He was hunting down fights, and people were running from him. Basically, it took him a while to get Errol Spence. So he was out here hunting fights, and then when he got in front of his opponent, he made it look obvious. Like we're not in the same level. And what he just put off going 43-0, defeating Canelo, who Canelo is a really good boxer. Like I say, he's a face of boxing right now. I
Mm-hmm.
think that right there is like I say, if he'd have lost that, that would have dropped him. Nowhere he would not be in the conversation of best in the era. He would not even be in the conversation in this era. But because he beat Canelo, now he's in GOAT conversations now. Because the
Right.
man is undefeated. So shout out to Bud Crawford.
Shout out to Bud. Before we do that, man, Joe, you want to read off this super chat or you want me to take care of it? We got a super chat from
Oh, I didn't see
somebody,
that.
Ty from the red corner.
Yes, sir.
Y'all make sure y'all tune in to that. I'll read it. Says shout out to the best network, Bud the Goat. Make sure y'all go back and watch the episode from In the Red Corner. Tomo and Ty had Bud winning. So shout out to y'all. Shout out to y'all, man. I not gonna lie, I had Canelo winning. Now, I want to say this. I knew going into this fight that Terence Crawford was the better technical fighter.
Mhm.
I knew that he was the better pure boxer. My question was moving up basically 3 weight classes because if I'm not mistaken, he only had one fight at 154 before he moved all the way up to 168. So I'm like, moving up basically 3 weight classes. That's a lot. And you challenging a guy that is the champ in his weight class, right? Really untouched for real at his weight class. Nobody's seeing him. Canelo at his natural weight. Canelo don't have to really make no adjustments. He got to make adjustments to you as a fighter, right? But as far as like adding and taking away weight and things of that nature, having to move up or down, he don't have to do that. So Bud is moving up, chasing him, while Canelo is chilling, right? And so I'm just thinking from that standpoint, I'm thinking, is Bud's power gonna be there the same? Is it gonna be more? Is it gonna be less? More importantly, is his speed gonna be there? That was a big question mark for me. Is his footwork and his movements gonna be there, like it was before? Like those are big questions. And then the biggest question, can he take a punch from Canelo? We know Canelo is a heavy hitter. Now I know he hasn't, finished the guy in a little bit now, but we all know Canelo is a heavy hitter. Them punches hurt, right? So I'm just like, I know Crawford is the better boxer, but I lean towards Canelo because I just can't see nobody moving up 3 weight classes and beating a guy that's the man in his weight classes or in his weight class. But man, I knew early on, Crawford about to win this fight. Terence Crawford make everybody look so slow, Joe. He make everybody look so slow. Like you can't. He counters so fast. His punching speed is ridiculous. His power is ridiculous. Like he make everybody look kind of foolish, especially fighting the people, especially that's fair. He walks around at 180. I didn't know that going into this fight. I thought he was a smaller guy, but then when he added the weight, it looked natural to him, and at the same time, it didn't look like some guys go up in weight or go down in weight and their body just look just weird, and it's like, you probably shouldn't be fighting at this weight, but that wasn't the case for Crawford. So listen, he went out there, he outclassed Canelo. You could tell Canelo was shocked. He said in an interview after the fight, he's like, I tried everything. Like, and he just had an answer for everything, and he took Canelo by surprise. He knew he was a great fighter. I don't think he knew how great of a fighter he was. So shout out to Bud, and what he's accomplished. Now I want to get to my Mount Rushmore. I know one name I'm going to mention is going to throw some people off, but this is my guy. It's my guy, so I'm gonna put it out there. I'm gonna say it because it's my guy. All right. So I'm gonna get to answer the question in a second. On my Mount Rushmore, I got Ali. We know who Ali is. He got the 56 wins. I've been seeing a lot of Ali disrespect lately too, and I haven't been liking it. Like from Floyd and from what's the Shakur? I've been seeing Shakur like he not one of them. Like he nice, but he ain't on my Mount Rushmore. It's like how you exclude Ali, bro? Like not only what he did in the ring, but everything he did outside of the ring, and then classic fights like the Thriller in Manila, and you know what I mean, fighting in that era. I got it down. You got Ken Norton, you got Sonny Liston, you got George Foreman. I mean, come on now, Joe Frazier. I mean, he fighting with some sluggers. Hey, there ain't no sluggers in the sport like back then, bro. Those guys really rounds too. I mean, come on now. Like, so Ali got to be in there. So the way I'm doing this, I'm starting with guys that one of these guys I didn't see live, but I saw later on highlights and things of that nature, going back and watching old fights. This next guy was in his prime when I was very, very young. Very, very young. But this over time became my guy. Roy Jones. Oh, yeah, Roy Jones. Yeah, Roy Jones Jr. That's, bro. I don't think Roy get the respect he deserves. 66 wins, 10 losses, 47 knockouts. He was pound for pound the best fighter at his peak. He was the fighter of the decade in the 90s. Like, I mean, multiple time champion in multiple different weight classes. First undisputed light heavyweight champion. Like, at his peak, talk about power, talk about speed, talk about movement, swiftness, like, and showmanship in the ring. Like it ain't too many messing with Roy Jones. Like, that's just who it is. Then before you move on to the
next one, Roy Jones also moved up 2 weight classes. He moved up from lightweight to heavyweight, and won a title.
So question, because I know this was mentioned before, and I want to ask you this question. When I say Crawford moved up 3, do you really count it as 3, or do you count it as 2? Because he only had what was it, 1 fight at 154 though. You know what I mean? So it's like it's like you didn't
Technically,
really, yeah, like
yeah,
technically it's only two, but you only
true.
had one fight at 54. So it's like
Yeah,
I kind of counted as
but he was
three.
there, so I'm.
But he
He
was there.
fought there.
He was
He
there for a
fought
moment.
there. So
He was there for a moment. So and I feel like he got there to test out how his body felt. He was like, okay, I'm good. I can keep going. So when I say that, just to clarify
yeah,
what I'm saying,
contact
that's
treatment.
yeah. So that's how I think of it. Like if you only had one fight at that weight class, then you practically moved up three. You know what I mean? But I got Roy now, and this is not in order. I have Terence Crawford.
Okay,
I
okay.
have Terence Crawford, and I was trying to do my best to not be prisoner of the moment when I was watching the fight. But when we talk about fighters that I have seen in my lifetime, it ain't too many messing with Bud Crawford. It's
No.
just not. It's just not. Like the way his fighting style, his technique, his power. You know how he just makes guys that are world class fighters look like they normal people.
Mm-hmm.
They're just a normal person out there. Like the Errol Spence fight again, I picked against Bud again, thinking Errol Spence was gonna have something for Bud, and that was I can't remember the last time I've seen an elite fighter the likes of Errol Spence get dominated like that in a ring. Like that was one of the most lopsided, two fighters undefeated fighting at their best I've ever seen, bro. Like
Yeah.
that was absolutely insane. Had me at the bar stunned, right? So much so that Canelo and others are saying, Terrence, you ain't fought nobody that's elite. You ain't fought no elite fighters. And I'm like, nobody go bring up Spence? Like we ain't go disrespect Big. I know he went out there, he demolished him, but we ain't go disrespect Big Fish like he ain't Errol Spence. Like, come on now. Like, he is an elite fighter. But then again, so you got that fight, and then you got this Canelo fight where again you moving up in weight and you just making Canelo
Oof.
look like he nothing. So like
For real.
I just eye test, just the numbers, him still being undefeated, where he is, what he's accomplished. I mean, this man undisputed in 3 different weight classes. Like I don't at this point, you just gotta give it to him. And then last but not least, say what you want about Bud Crawford. Say what you want about Ali.
Oh,
Say what you want about Tyson. You could call him Floyd Mayweather. You could call him Pretty Boy Floyd. I like to call him Money. Cause bruh, that's my GOAT. I don't care what nobody says. Mayweather, that's my GOAT. Undisputed on that Mount Rushmore. What he's accomplished. I don't care if you Ricky Hatton got, RIP to him, he just passed away, but I don't care if you him. I don't care if you Oscar De La Hoya. I don't care if you're Pacquiao. I don't care who you are in that ring. Shane Mosley. You know what I mean? It don't matter who you are.
Ortiz.
Money gonna go in there and get the Ortiz. Money, Money gonna go. He gonna get in there. And the thing I love about him is number one. The thing about Money is he started off as a knockout artist. He was a power puncher. He took a lot of licks in the early part of his career. Took a lot of punches. Then he broke them hands and said, I got to change how I fight now. I got to be more of a defensive fighter, and became the greatest defensive fighter of all time, bar none. We talk about what Terrence just did to Canelo. I mean, Floyd, in my opinion, Floyd made him look worse, in my opinion. I mean, he's just showboating on Canelo. Canelo swinging, hitting the ropes, and Floyd, like, now granted, Canelo's younger. He's not this version of Canelo now. But, I mean, at the time, Floyd 36. You know what I mean? So, to me personally, I do not think Bud is better than Floyd Mayweather. If I had to put my money on someone, I think it'd be a sticky fight. But somebody got to show me they could touch Floyd. You got to touch him first. Somebody got to show me they could touch Floyd at his peak for me to say someone is better. But I got Ali, I got Roy Jones, I got Mayweather, and I got Crawford on my Mount Rushmore.
Now, don't get me wrong. Roy Jones is like in our parents' era, is like a fan favorite. Like when we were kids, basically, like you said, we were kids. That he was he was nice. I ain't gonna lie. And I'm with you with Floyd. Now, people don't like Floyd because his fighting style, all that stuff. But like you said, he was chasing the money and messing with his hands. And what I say, I know Ty sat here and said Bud is better than Floyd. Bud would beat Floyd. See, here's the thing though, like Floyd also fought everybody. Yes. Now, except for Pacquiao. Pacquiao, he kind of skated a little bit. He did. Because of the drugs, all the illegal drugs they say he was taking, all that stuff. But he ended up fighting Pacquiao. but he didn't fight Pacquiao when he was on his run. Because like I
Mm-hmm.
feel like everybody Floyd was beating, Pacquiao was fighting him after that and knocking him out. Like everybody, like,
That's
come on, you
true.
gotta see this dude. But he did fight everybody though. He fought every fighter in his era, and he won.
Especially when he wasn't on the A side. People forget that he wasn't always on the A side. He'll
Yeah,
be on
I
the B
think the
side. He
De La
fought a
Hoya
lot of
fight.
guys.
Yeah, I think that the De La Hoya fight brought him to the A side when he
Yep.
beat Oscar De La Hoya. You know,
Mm-hmm.
so who's also a legend in boxing. So and when he fought Canelo, Canelo was what 23, 24 years old.
Yeah, 23,
This year,
somewhere around in there.
this year Canelo is like by the time he had like 50 fights though, like 40 fights. It was some craziness. But and Floyd's the thing about but like okay, how about this? When Floyd's fights are on display
Mm-hmm.
for the world, how okay, I'm gonna say this. Floyd made more money because he knew how to promote, right?
Mm-hmm.
But let's talk about the actual fight in the ring.
Mm-hmm.
I believe Bud Crawford fights keep more eyes on
Oh, for
boxing
sure.
than
For sure.
Floyd. Because people
For
walk away
sure.
from Floyd fighting and be like, oh my God, just like they
Mm-hmm.
they, 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 they they left stuff on the table. When you watch Bud fight, he ain't leave nothing on the table.
Entertaining.
You know,
Entertaining.
not only like you can hit him, but he's showing you that you ain't it don't affect me. But then it's hard to hit him at the same time. And his counters, oh my goodness. He's
Yeah.
throwing like 3 punches at a time per counter. So, but Floyd was different. Floyd was just hard to get to. Like Floyd played a card game. He's smart. He
Mm-hmm.
aggressive early, and then he start skating towards the end of the
Coasting.
round. I
Yep.
mean, he said the name of the game is to hit and not get hit. So I'm not
And he
knocking
wasn't
him.
getting hit too many times.
He was not. He was not.
He wasn't getting
Like
hit too
every
many
time he got
times.
hit, it was a big thing. I
Mm-hmm.
remember he fought Marcus Madonna. Madonna like rushed him one time and hit him. Everyone like, oh!
Right, right,
And then
right.
after that, it was a wrap. Like,
Yeah. Yeah. Or when he fought Shane, I like to think back to the Shane Mosley fight where he
Mosley, that
got
one
one
hit.
of the times he got rocked in the Mosley fight,
Yeah,
and he was
he held
rocked
him.
in there that whole round, and then he held him, but after that
It was
he
a
was
wrap.
on it. Like nobody made in ring adjustments, in my opinion, better than Floyd Mayweather.
No.
Like
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna figure you out within the first few rounds, and then for the rest of this fight, it's over with. You ain't touching me for the rest of this fight. If you was able to touch me in the first few rounds,
Facts.
but
Shout out
that's
to
me.
his
But
mom.
I do think Crawford is up there. But that man fought and beat 23 world champions. He fought and beat 23 world champions. Now I know that they may have not all been at their peaks. But like you gotta understand too. I want people to understand this about Floyd and we can move on. Floyd, when was Floyd's peak? Like we always talking about Floyd duck fighters or Floyd didn't fight fighters in his peak. And then his fault that his peak was forever, it seemed like. Where he went from Pretty Boy Floyd to Money Mayweather, and it was like going from number 8 Kobe to number 24. That ain't his fault. Like, he was able to sustain that longevity throughout his career, change up the way he was fighting, and still win. So to me, he's cemented in my opinion. People can say what they want. He ducked this, he ducked that, he didn't fight it. To me, he's cemented, and he's fought better competition over his career than Terence Crawford.
That's not Terence
Undeniably,
Crawford's fault, though. It is.
it's not his fault, but
Mhm.
it's the truth though.
It's because, like Terrence was fishing though. He was like, "Come on, y'all, I'm trying to fight.
Yeah, that's
I'm
very
trying to
true.
fight." And you did mention this before we move on. Yes, Floyd, he did his thing, but you said that Terrence Crawford 3 times, 3 undisputed champion in 3 different weight classes. The only male to do that in the 4 belt era, by the way.
That's fair.
So that's big. But Floyd did say belts don't pay you money, don't pay your
Yeah.
bills. He said championships don't pay bills. Money does.
Yeah,
So he wasn't really chasing those belts. He was chasing that money.
that's fair. That's fair.
So, but what's fair